There's just something so wonderful about Super Mario
Smash the
Lo-Fi.
dinghy.
Welcome to Rage, you nerds. I'm Mr. Cack. I am joined, like I am on Mondays, by Al. Al, how are you doing, buddy?
Good. It's been a long weekend.
All right, so as we've done the last couple of times that we've had Al, is we like to make us a tiered list, and we like to rank some stuff. So we're going to be doing that with Pokemon 1 through 26 of the whole catalog of Pokemon. We're sticking to 1 through 151 because the rest of it eventually just becomes a nightmare. Granted, there are some in the second and third gen that I do really like, and even some of the more recent ones that are specific to Sword and Shield release I think are kind of cute. But there's also just a nightmare of Pokemon stuff in this world now.
I mean, this is just. I'm assuming this is both what we started with, so it's just where we should start and probably end it.
You're probably not wrong. All right. Perfect. All right, so we are the nerds, and we're about to do some tiering when it comes to Pokemon 1 through 26, which I love this, the tier list that you found, because it just has them all laid out here.
Yeah.
All right, so Bulbasaur. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do the 3 starters.
Okay.
Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. And if you want to be cute, which I don't mind because my first Pokemon game was actually Pokemon Yellow. My brother and sister got Blue and Red respectively.
Nice.
But I started with Yellow.
Okay.
I started with the High Life, with Pikachu being able to do all the cool stuff and talk to you.
Yeah, there you go.
So out of the 3 starting Pokemon, the ones that you get introduced to, the ones that you get to make the lifelong choice here, how would you rank those 3 starting Pokemon?
So, I mean, this is based on my personal opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
Blue is my favorite color. Squirtle is where I started with in the first game. So I'm going to put Squirtle at probably an A tier. He has his abilities, his water abilities, plus he can learn other things. But I mean, that's my favorite. Well, not my favorite Pokemon, but the one I started with. So.
Yeah. How did the gyms go? Right, you get to Brock's first, right? Pewter City is the first one. So I mean, Squirtle definitely is a super helpful one to start with, because he immediately goes against one of the gym members that you'll be fighting, so he makes you immediately stronger in the forefront.
Oh yeah, like water, is a what's the word for it? A level up against rock, I guess, isn't it?
It has an advantage.
Yeah, advantage. That's the word I'm looking for.
All right, what about Bulba?
Bulbasaur. Yeah, Bulba for me is probably going to be a B rank. I wasn't too into the grass types. I'm not a very big grass type person. He has his abilities that are great, but I just didn't like him.
I didn't either. Technically, he wasn't in a bad spot for the first few gyms, though. I don't think. I think
That's fair.
I think grass. I don't know if grass was super effective, but I think it was effective against rock. And then I think Gym 2 was Cerulean City, so you had Misty.
Yeah.
So grass was strong against water.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've ran through that. I really want to go back through the Kanto region. I know these things. I'm nerds. Charmander.
So starting off this Charmander, he is pretty much useless.
It's rough. It's a rough sledding the first starting point for him.
Until he gets to Charmeleon. I mean, it is rough. Yes. He was probably a B rank. You may need him for a fire or a grass type every once in a while. But I mean, in the first 3 gyms you go to, you don't need a fire type.
That's true. So you've got Venusaur, and then you've got
Ivysaur.
How you placing those?
Actually put Bulbasaur at A, and then put Ivysaur at B.
And what about Venusaur?
No, not Bulbasaur. Sorry, I meant Venusaur. No, put Bulbasaur at B, Venusaur. So the first one B, second one A. There we go.
I'll be honest with you. Again, I started with Pikachu, but I will say pretty much in any other iteration that I happen to play of Pokemon, fire type happened to be my go-to. So I think I have an affinity towards the fire type, but it seems like you don't. And you know, the level of usefulness was different in the Johto region than it is in Kanto. So
No,
where are
that's
we
fair.
putting Charmeleon?
I would put Charmeleon at the A rank, and then I'm going to say Charizard at S rank, just because he is quite powerful as he gets more levels.
And he's
So
iconic.
yeah,
And it was so frustrating that he is clearly a dragon, but in the first like 3 gens, there is, or I don't even know if they've still done it, but there was no embracing the clear dragon qualities of him. He is a Western dragon.
yeah.
He
I
is
don't think he's still a Dragon type.
he's a more aggressive looking version of Dragonite.
Yes.
Like it just it always kind of frustrated me just a little bit that it never fully made sense. Okay,
Yeah, I still don't think he's a Dragon type.
which
But
is frustrating, especially now where everything is more than one type, right? The later gens they've started to throw in this character's not just a grass, it's also a fairy. It's grass and
Yeah.
fairy type. Like nothing's like a singular type. And if it
Yeah.
is, it's like the lowest level of the evolution chain and you're kind of like, meh, why do I have just a single type? Where's the
Yeah, when they
flexibility
started
there?
mixing and matching, that is where like I dropped off, and so I don't. That's why I would rather just do Gen 1, maybe Gen 2, because like the mixing and matching is just too much.
All right, so I'm gonna need some help here. I know
Okay.
Squirtle. I know Blastoise. What is
Wartortle.
this? War turtle?
Wartortle.
Oh my gosh, that's always that's horrible for any kid that might be self-conscious of their like speech, or if they feel like, or if they do have a speech impediment. Like that's rough. That's a rough call
Yeah.
right there.
No, it is rough. Yeah, that is a hard one to say.
So where we
Wartortle for me is a C rank.
Okay, good. Let's get rid of him.
I didn't like Wartortle. You can put Blastoise at A. So the evolutions between Squirtle and Blastoise was awful.
Yeah.
He
There's just
really just
something
didn't do much for me.
there's just something, and I feel like as a child there was something definitely more appealing to getting to Blastoise. Like getting stuck
Oh, yeah.
at Wartortle is awful because like he does not look imposing. He's not as highlighted or pronounced in the anime that was
no.
brought over to America. Like Blastoise, everyone knows Blastoise, big freaking turtle with cannons on the back, just blowing crap down. All right, we got Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I mean, you remember when we met Squirtle in the anime? You know, I mean, he was part of a group of Squirtles, and
Yeah,
they
he had
were like
sunglasses.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't really give any love to the Wartortle in that. It was all Squirtle, and then Blastoise became pronounced in it. All right, so we got Caterpie. We got oh gosh, what's the cocoon's name?
Metapod.
Metapod, that's right. And then Butterfree.
Butterfree, yeah.
Butterfree, no.
So the first two for me, you know, Caterpie and Metapod, they are both C ranks for me. They're pretty much useless. This Pokemon is quite powerful at times.
Especially because it knows Psychic, or it can learn Psychic, and that's nasty in the early stages of the game.
Exactly, yeah.
Butterfree, no. What's that little?
We got Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill.
Yeah. So I will say, because early game, red, blue, yellow, you're trying, like you hit the tall grass as soon as you leave Oaktown, and you're wanting to catch stuff, and the most prominent things are the Pidgeots, the Rattata, and then the bugs.
Yes, so Caterpie and Weedle are what you're going to find a lot in the tall grass.
And you want to capture them because it gives you some diversity, because there's not a whole lot of insects in the game in the early stages.
True,
but man, it is the most awful experience trying to level up the second stage of either one of those.
Oh yeah, like what do you want me to do with this thing?
Like you might get lucky and end up with a Kakuna that has Poison Sting carry over
Yeah.
from when it was a Weedle, and then you can at least do something. Otherwise, you're picking up one of these Pokemon and it's just doing Harden. But
Yeah.
you're just basically milking XP for these. You put them in first, so that way they automatically go out. You quickly switch them out. They get the experience for being around, but you just really want to get to either Butterfree or Beedrill.
Yeah, they're just a C rank because they are pretty much useless. You're just trying to level them up.
But String Shot can help lower their speed.
uh,
Out of the ones that we're currently talking about, definitely one of the cooler designed characters.
No,
looks like a monster.
I mean, yeah, you remember meeting him in the anime? Like, I mean, he was just trying to destroy them. So there you go. And then we got Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot.
Pidgeot. Okay, there we go. So Pidgeot's the last one.
Yeah.
Ash gets a Pidgey. We see that evolution. You build this heart-found Kendrix when he evolved to his third and at the time final form, and you just felt the love. And then eventually he departs from the team, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he lets him go. You see Ash finally shed a tear. We got this kid crying.
All right, so Pidgey, where are we putting Pidgey?
Pidgey for me is probably the second Pokemon I captured.
Yeah.
Like in the tall grass at time, like it was nice to have a flying Pokemon, because it was hard for things to hit him. So for me, Pidgey is going to be a B rank. Pidgeotto, an A rank, and then Pidgeot, I'm going to put the S rank just because he was my second evolution.
You're going with nostalgia there. You probably leveled them up super quick because I don't think their level capping was all that high. So you got the evolution in probably fairly soon in your adventure.
And then I can't remember what move he had, but it was a powerful move at the time.
All right, so we got Rattata and Raticate.
Neither one of these I really collected or captured.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I would throw Rattata in the C rank and then Raticate maybe in the B rank. Spearow, I didn't really capture it because I had a Pidgey.
Yeah.
I just got the XP fighting it with my Pidgey. So I mean, Spearow is probably a C, and then maybe Fearow is a B rank for me.
Ekans and Arbok.
You mean Snake and Cobra?
Yeah.
Ekans was kind of lame at times though. He had a poison. It was nice to throw him out, poison a creature, and then take him back and put somebody more powerful in.
Yeah, he's not as cool looking as Arbok.
Yeah, Arbok's way cooler looking. So, for me, I would just put Ekans in the C rank. Now, he's not quite a D because he has poison.
Okay.
But for me, Arbok is probably an A rank because he brought a lot more to the table.
And he looked cooler.
Yeah, he did look cooler.
All right, Pikachu, my starting Pokemon, and Raichu, the one I would never evolve him into. Of the characters where we've reached a point where the evolution had to take place with something special, right? You needed...
Yes, Thunderstone. That's what it was.
Okay.
You need a Thunderstone.
Gotcha. You found that in a basement of some weird building.
Yeah. I kept it as a Pikachu just because he stayed as Pikachu in the cartoon or the anime.
Yeah. There's a whole episode about, should I evolve my Pikachu, and the Raichu of Lieutenant Surge beating him down because he was the evolved form.
So for me, I'm gonna put Raichu at the D rank because I never played him.
I didn't either. I eventually evolved one to him just to have it while filling out my Pokedex, but I never used him.
So the Pikachu for me is going to be an A rank. It's one of those I captured later because I think I started with Red.
Pika-Pee.
Yeah, and so I had to capture him later at times, but I left him as Pikachu, and he was still just as powerful. I feel sorry for Raichu. He gets no love because of the anime.
Yeah. No, the anime painted him as kind of an a-hole.
Yeah.
He was big and just punching poor Pikachu and thought he was better because he was evolved. Well, he was a jerk. And Lieutenant Surge was also a jerk. All right, so that's our list of 1 through 26. Our S ranks, Charizard and Pidgey. Yeah, I
Pidgeot.
always get those confused. And then A rank Squirtle, Venusaur, Charmeleon, Blastoise, Butterfree, Pidgeotto, Arbok, and Pikachu, which is beloved character. If other people out there, if you would put him in S rank, we understand.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hate us, because you ain't us. B rank, we have Charmander, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Beedrill, Pidgeot. We have Raticate and Fearow, which was my bird type of choice because I thought he looked cooler. Then C rank, we have that awful turtle. We have Caterpie. We have Metapod. We have Weedle. We have Kakuna. We have Rattata. We have Spearow. We have Ekans. And then D rank Raichu, that turd, that evil, awful bag of scum. That is our tiered list 1 through 26. If you have a complaint, please take it up with Al and not me. I'm very fragile and tender.
Yeah, please leave comments. I would love to read them.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em. It's you and